Good morning. This is Professor Anderson with a little bit of feedback for your writing assignment number 3, the rough draft. So, a couple of things I want to share with you. Kudos, excellent job for following that template. It's very important in most business writing pieces have a specific format or formula that is important to follow. And each industry may change their format, to be industry specific. So, for example, well, and that's why I guess I should say that's why this course has a set template to make certain that you understand that they're required. They serve a great purpose. So let's take a look at the elements that we have within this. Sorry, within this memo. For some reason, I'm calling it the executive summary. It kind of works like an executive summary. That's why my brain's not really wrapping around it right at this moment. So you have each of the elements. I have pulled up one of the sample papers for you to write, and I want you to take a note of this summary. It is a very concrete, clear, and brief description of the problem and what needs to happen. So on the one hand, here's a quick description, and then it says, I think that we should implement this. So here's the description of the problem. Here's a quick blip of the recommendation, and then a pitch for permission. Let's take a look at yours real quick. So I have a quick understanding of the problem, and it looks like down here, the real problem is there's very little communication or no communication between management and staff. So I'm not sure which one is it boring, repetitive work, or is it lack of communication? I think you need to clarify that. But in your summary, whichever one it is, identify the problem, suggest it briefly, take a look at how this sample paper, in one sentence to streamline the process. They're saying this is a busy, complicated process. To streamline the process, to keep it accurate, I propose a paperless check-in. With your permission, I'd like to conduct research to continue. So here you need to say, we have no communication, or the work is very tedious and repetitious. What you would like to propose is down here. You'd like to propose some additional. It looks like you're proposing some further research into how can we help develop professionally or create professional development programs to further the abilities and strengths of employees. So I think you need to figure out, I'm a little confused. Is this, the work is repetitious? Is this, there's no communication between management and staff? Or is this, there's a lack of professional development that in the workplace? So pick one of those and target that. So here we go, because down here in your how will we benefit, I recommend management setting up a seminar to discuss the issue. So here you're telling me you'd like for management to investigate it a little further. I'd recommend management set up projects, challenges all participants, prevent complacency from being. So here you're telling me you'd like to look into it further, but here you're telling me you would like to develop some professional development to further enrich employees. So pick which one it is. So here it is. Yeah. Right. So what I recommend is that you pick one of those. Like I said, I hope I'm clear. I see that you're kind of floating around which one to nail, which one of these elements is the real target of your focus. And it's on the one hand, repetitious and boring. On the other hand, no communication between the staff and the and the management. And number 3, a lack of professional development. All of that can be underneath of the subtitle or the topic of complacency in the work. Complacency at our workplace has resulted in 3 separate issues. The first is the work is repetitive and mundane and boring. People are just like robot machines. Number 2, there's no communication between staff and management. And number 3, there's no professional development to help get out of this rut. So I think that that's what you're saying, and the whole topic is complacency. So, what I want to know is what kinds of interviews will you conduct? So, are these kind of free for all interviews? Do you have targeted questions? What kinds of questions are you collect the data of the percentage of completed daily expectations and to what extent. That was one feedback about questions about why daily tasks are and are not complete to the fullest degree. So it sounds like in order to do that, you would have to structure your interviews and survey to set an end goal. Like this is what completed. What's the term you use? Completed to the fullest degree looks like. This is what attempted looks like. This is what halfway done looks like. So you need to categorize. So maybe a scale kind of survey where employees can tick off 1 to 5, or check the box 1 to 5. And then the interview questions. What exactly are you looking for? You're looking for how happy they are. I mean, that's how much effort they put into. Make sure. I guess what I'm trying to do is to share with you. It's important to be very specific with your questionnaire and survey and interview questions, so that the data that you're collecting is more precisely reflective of the environment. So I hope that that was helpful. You have all of the information you need. I just need you to be a little more clear with where you're going. If we take a look at this summary of that sample, have you noticed they state the problem? They briefly suggest the recommendation, and then they pitch for permission right at the beginning, and then they follow up that pitch in the end. They follow up, this is a busy place and paperwork is a problem. I'd like to conduct research about it. So yours could be something like, we have a lot of workers who are bored and have workplace complacency. It's becoming an increasing problem. So I guess this is an excellent conclusion here. I hope that that was helpful. I look forward to reading your final copy.